What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here, and I got some exciting news here and a useful tool that a lot of you guys might find helpful. So, this was made by Retro Mike. I know a lot of you guys are getting into the crypto AI aspect of things because GPU mining, quite frankly, has been pretty darn rough and just straight up not very good. So, a lot of people are starting to build these AI type of rigs. Now, they're still up in the air. Are they actually doing AI? To me, it seems just more like a new hash rate rental service, as it seems like it gets really busy when new coins and stuff emerge. Anyway, I'll talk more about that in some other video, but for now, here is a useful tool so you can kind of have an idea of maybe what platform to use and how much they're paying, and what's all being rented and stuff. So coming into Retro Mike's Twitter post here, for those into AI compute rentals, I built an aggregator for the various platforms, one page per platform. I don't know if I said that right, but pretty much it takes data from multiple sources and puts it into a sheet that's nice and easy for you guys to read, which is awesome. Retro Mike is amazing. He's done all sorts of node tutorials and stuff on his channel and stuff, so you guys really got to check him out for all this types of stuff. So anyway, currently aggregating Chlor, Octa, QuickPod, and Vast. Octa is unrented only. All others are rented and unrented. All fields are groupable. So obviously this is going to change every hour and every day and so on based on what platforms has the most hardware, which don't. It's almost like people are moving from platform to platform like you would from coins based on difficulty. If something gets flooded, things get unrented and prices and stuff drop. So people move to other ones and, they catch the hype train there while things are more expensive, and then it keeps happening. So people are bouncing around all the time to try to keep the profitability up. Yes, it's a pain. Yes, you need multiple hard drives so you can just plug in and go to the next one. But this is a sheet that kind of gets everything together and shows you what's going on. So let's kind of have a quick look at it. All right, so here we are. I am currently at the GPU rental summary. Now there's different pages for just Chlor nodes, Octa nodes, QuickPod nodes. It says unrented ones only, and Vast nodes. And then he also has stuff for his Digibyte solo pool, as well as items, referral links and stuff like that. I will have his website, retromike.com, posted down in the description if you do want to check this out and stuff. So coming into here, just a quick thing. We want to see, what's rented, what's unrented. We could just simply click right here, rented, and it'll sort it all out from not rented to rented. So here we can see, and right at the get-go, we can see the RTX 4090 is obviously the most rented one out there. There's 374 GPUs rented of the 4090, and 142 of them are not rented. And second, here we see the 3090. We do have 225 of them rented and 96 non-rented, the 5090 and 2x4090s and so on. You can just scroll. Here's 4x4090s. So you can just scroll through and kind of go through this yourself. Here's platforms, Chlor, Octa, QuickPod, and Vast, and you can see minimum unrented price, maximum unrented price, average unrented, max rented price. Like, what is the max that someone rented this out for? $903. Wow, what is in this thing? So 8 times B200s, 217 V cores, 2,861 gigabytes of RAM, for an upload speed 3.2 gigabytes, or that gigahash or gigabytes up. So like they got giganet here. This must be Red Panda, maybe, I'm thinking, and 3.8 down. So they got super fast internet here. Only one is rented and only 6. So only one of these are rented, but that's pretty crazy. That's $903. But like, I don't even want to know how much something like this even costed to build. That is insane. And for the platform that it's on, is currently looking like it's on Vast. So now if we go to like looking at, looks like all the higher paying jobs or rigs, I guess, which are rented, are on, did I go there? Yeah, maximum rented. Yeah, so they're all on Vast. So if we come down, like we look, here's Chlor, QuickPod, and Vast. Here now we're down to only $33 for 8 by RTX 5090s. 8 5090s, $33. Oh, that's minimum rented. This is maximum rented right here. So let's just continue this. Kind of lost track where. So 133. That's a little better, but 8 5090s is expensive, but that's still not too shabby. Then we're back to Vast. Then we got all three here. Vast. So it's looking like Vast seems to be where all the money is in theory. If I'm reading this right, I could be reading this totally wrong, but yeah, that's crazy. So it looks like the higher paying stuff is coming from Vast right now. All right, so I went into Chlor nodes because I was curious, because Chlor seems to be talked about quite a bit here. So how many rigs are actually rented on Core. So I wanted to see how busy Core is, what's all being rented. So I sorted here. You can either go sort by rented or false, whatever. I just clicked on it and I just went by false here. Let's just get back to it right there. So I copied all of these all the way down every single node, and I just pasted them into a spreadsheet, which brings me to here. So you can see all of them here. It started on 2 and it does one, skip one. So I took the whole numbers here. So I scrolled all the way down to where it was to the end. We can see 28888, and I just divided by 2 because it's skipping one each time to see the total amount of nodes. So now I got the information together, and we can see there's a total amount of rigs on Core here. There's 1,444 Core AI rigs on the entire platform. That's pretty crazy. And then I went through them all and I went to see how many are rented and how many were not rented. And there's 1,072 of these are rented and 372 are not rented. We'll look at 372 and you're like, oh, wow, that's a lot of rigs that aren't rented. But reality is, it could be 10. They might be putting up stupid high prices or something, or maybe they're not built well. They don't have the bandwidth and they're just trying it. We don't know why they're not rented. But here we do know, we can see 74% of all the rigs out of here are rented. That's pretty decent numbers, making Core seem like a pretty decent choice if you do want to get rigs rented. So this is another way to kind of take the data for yourselves and look at different platforms. It takes a little bit more work, but it's nice to kind of visualize this. And like I said, in an hour from now, it could be different because the job expired, or, tomorrow it could be totally different as well. But, you got to look at it before you decide what am I going to put my rigs on. And it might give you an idea of which platform you should try first, or which platform you should try, next week you check it out again. And, maybe your earnings went down, you weren't rented for a day or two. Maybe bring this information together, and then it'll give you an idea maybe what platform you should switch to or something. So, it's not a super long video, but I did want to get the word out and help spread Retro Mike's website here with all this information. It's a nice tool available for you guys to kind of decide where to put your AI rig. So hopefully this video helped you out a little bit. There's a lot of different things you can go through here. I just touched the surface here, but, go through this, check it out for yourself and decide, if you want to build an AI rig, what platform you might want to use. I imagine he's might be using some other, obviously there's other platforms out there like Nonsanta, I think it is. And there's a couple other ones. I can't remember the names off the top of my head, but these are the most popular ones right now. So anyway, guys, thank you for checking out this video. Let me know if it helped you out in any way, shape or form. Hit that subscribe button, share it around. I will see you on the next one. Rabid out.